Where the hell do I stick this thing into you? All right,
Rectally. It's a
rectal
suppository.
oil.
Good news, everyone. It's a suppository.
Good news. It's a suppository.
All right. Well, I want to go venture out into the Valley of Shadow and Death.
I'm gonna continuously bring up one canister of oil at a time.
Does the map not update if you go out of its boundaries?
I don't believe it does.
Oh, well, that's useless. All right.
Yeah.
It doesn't even show you which way you're facing. I mean, that's not even.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
what is that like? That's not even a large radius because I'm moving around on this map very fast.
yeah, it's not particularly great.
Also, my character is wearing nothing but a long sleeve shirt. I think I might freeze to death.
Yeah, that can happen. It'll be in one of the updates.
Update eventually. It turns into Daisy.
Yeah. The one I'm interested in actually now, which if I had the money would get, would be 7 Days to Die.
Oh God, don't no, Jesus fucking Christ! Don't even touch that.
Really?
I got it back in October, and they all right. First of all, they got $500,000 from Kickstarter once like a big name YouTuber did a review of it, and
Mm-hmm.
once they realized that they had to do next to nothing and still get a shit ton of money, they did not do anything. First of all, they release updates painfully slow, and when they do release updates, they're nothing groundbreaking. Like the biggest update from now since the game first came out
Mm.
was zombies can climb up walls.
That's frightening.
And also, the game is $35 right now. And
Yeah.
also, the game is in alpha, and it is literally worth like maybe $10 at most. Like the game is just over glorifying. It asks for way too much money, and also during the Steam's winter sale, it dropped down literally $5. It went from $35 to $30, and like, hey, look at this big sale! Come buy our game. It's so like innovative and stuff like that.
It's like,
Really, and the only time they ever respond to any of their customers is if they post a review that gains popularity that may inhibit their sales. Because if you look at the Steam sales, pretty much all of them are negative, and those are the only ones that are like responded to.
yeah.
Like, and those are only the ones that like they don't do really anything except try to like explain why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, well, let us
Really,
explain to you why you're wrong about not liking our game.
it's just the guys are just they really like money, and that's very obvious, especially
Yeah.
when you play the game. It's nothing special. The game is very glitchy. Graphics are just awful. Lots
And
of lag. There's nothing innovative about it, especially anything that's really even worth $35. I mean,
that's a
Minecraft
damn
is so
shame.
much more than it is already, and it's only
Yeah,
about $25. And during alpha, it was maybe 10 when it first came out, I believe.
I think it's like $22 actually, and that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
cheap. And this is
they,
asking for a lot of money. And even if it's on sale and the biggest sale on anything I've ever seen before, well, Amazon sales are pretty good too, I guess, but
yeah,
Steam sales are pretty big. And they went down literally $5 that entire time. That's like, you just see
yeah, that's
these
horseshit.
guys like money.
Yeah, they don't actually care about the game too much.
No, and the game wasn't even that good. I've played it. If you bought the game before, then you get the Steam key with it too.
Hmm.
I played it. I got about 6 hours on it because my friend was forcing me to play multiplayer with him. I thought maybe if I played multiplayer, it would be a little more worthwhile. No, it was
Hmm.
even shittier. It was just lagging everywhere, and the zombies are just completely fucking horrible. Like the game itself, it throws an ungodly amount of zombies on you for no real reason. And
Hmm.
in single player mode, that's just it kicks your ass. And the game just isn't fun. I mean, I keep trying to
See,
find a
that's the
reason to
selling
like it.
point. That's
And the
the
game's,
selling point.
yeah, like every time I load it up and try to play it, I find myself more annoyed than anything else.
It's like, why am I still trying to play this game? There's
I
no
know it's
reason.
it's like I am trying to find a reason to like this game, but you are making this very difficult.
You've made it
So
impossible for me.
that
So
game, just ignore it. If you're gonna get any game like that, get the Daisy standalone or Rust or something like that. Let's try
See,
it.
I was intrigued by the ability to build stuff in it, but at the same time,
The
not so
building is
much.
even worse because for some ungodly reason, every time you put a block down, it's horribly misshapen. It's not even a fucking block. It's like some sort of polygon that doesn't even exist in
That's
nature. It's like just
that's unfortunate.
it's like you'll be putting down like wood blocks, and all of a sudden it'll get narrower and narrower, and it looks like somebody balled up pieces of like gum and just stuck it to the floor. It's not even attractive looking.
See, I thought there might be some, like, sort of special way that, like, the blocks might come together and look better, and I was
No,
like,
see,
oh,
if you make them like 4 blocks high, then they do even out eventually. But I mean, it's obnoxious, and it's like if you're trying to make a fence or something like that, or just even a basic wall, it's still lumpy, and the floors
yeah.
aren't even, and it's just ungodly amounts of weird. It's like a
That
Dr.
was,
Seuss book. And the thing is, the game had so much potential when it was in Kickstarter, and then they realized that they could do nothing and still make a lot of money,
yeah,
and
unfortunately.
it's just awful. And also, I should mention this: the game has no replayability. Also, mainly because the entire game is based on one map that isn't even that big. There isn't even like a world generator. It's just one map,
Uh,
and one map gets very boring after a very short period of time.
so it's like, well, I know where all the stuff is hidden, so I'll
Yep,
just go get that.
it's
Uh,
ridiculous.
I'll go get, the iron and shit so I can build, a stable house.
Right, literally the worst $35 I've ever spent. And also,
Uh,
there's this game I bought called The Dead Linger. It was an alpha a while back. It was oh shit, that's a creeper. It was about $20. I don't know what persuaded me to buy it. First of all, it's a Unity engine game. Have you ever played a game on the Unity engine?
I think so, and I
It's a
think.
really shitty engine if you don't do it right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So first of all, that should have been a red light to say that this game is not worth $20. Bought it anyway. I was like, maybe there's gonna be some potential. Literally the worst $20 I ever spent. Not as bad as 7 Days to Die because these guys weren't really in it for the money. I don't think they might have been. I don't know. I didn't really stick around long enough to find out. But the game was just completely unplayable. Like completely unplayable. Like there was no aspect of the game that made me want to go back in there and play it again.
Mm.
Mainly because it was just dysfunctional. Like the AI was awful, and there was literally no terrain. It was just a big fields, and it was pretty much like jogging the simulator.
It's always a shame when a game has so much potential
Yeah,
to be interesting, and then the creators make it. Um, I mean,
it pretty much turned into moot.
yeah.
Oh, it's just
Oh
awful.
god. Moot.
I have fortune. I just have. Oh, is that aluminum? Oh, yes, it is. I just have so many games in my library that I just want to get rid of. There was this one game I really liked called Guns of Icarus. You've probably heard of it. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
steampunk game.
Yeah.
The game was fine for a while. The only thing I didn't like it for a time was the fact that am I using the diamond pickaxe? Oh, okay. The only thing I didn't like about it was that pretty much all the customizable items were only purchasable. Like there were no unlockables, just
That's
purchase.
bullshit.
Oh yeah, that was total bullshit. And but that was at a time the only thing I didn't like about it. What the hell am I picking? Is that tin or am I? Oh, it's tin. And that was at the time the only thing I didn't like about it. You could have access to all the ships and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And then they had this update recently, I guess, because I went on to the game for like the first time in a while, and pretty much all of the ships were locked. All of my items were locked. Like I don't know, it was like stuff that I already had that they didn't have a lock on before was now locked. All the ships I really like to use were locked, and also like just nothing else changed except that they just added a whole bunch of restrictions to the game like that. And I was like,
So,
yeah, I'm never gonna play this game ever again.
yeah, so it's like they took away the content that you had already had access to.
Yeah, and it's like it
You
took away pretty much the only stuff
never
that
do
made the
that.
game fun. And I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, you never do that to
No,
play.
it's like
Never
you know,
take anything away from your player.
it's not right. It's Abraham Lincoln would have a fit if he found out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Just tiptoed through the lava, thankfully survived.
Oh God,
That would have
your
been
eyebrows
awkward.
are gone, but you're alive.
Yeah, I've had that happen before in real life.
Oh Lord, tell that story.
Yeah. It was just deciding to sit there and playing with a cigarette lighter and seeing exactly how high I could make the flame. And it turns out there reaches a point where that is a bad idea.
I'm sure
And,
that point came pretty quick.
yes, it did. And that was a point where it then went, fwoom, and all of a sudden I was, smacking my face to make sure it wasn't on fire.
Oops.
And just, well, I've learned a lesson.
Don't play with lighters, everybody. But if you are going to waste your money, or not waste your money, I should say, you'd be wasting your money if you got 7 Days to Die. If you are going to spend your money, get the DayZ standalone. I've heard that was pretty good for what it is. I've seen the gameplay of it too, and it's actually pretty fun. There was actually this one video that I saw. It was called The Gentleman Bandits. and it was a guy, instead of like being a regular douchey kill on sight bandit like you usually find in the game,
Yeah.
the guy's like, all right, put your hands up, drop your backpack, and step away. And the guy's like freaking out, he's like, I don't know how to do that, I'm new. And the bandit that was robbing this poor gentleman was so polite that the guy he robbed ended up asking if he could join him.
Hmm.
So it was like the guy was so kind that pretty much he could rob somebody and make them want to be friends with him.
That's awesome.
The most
I was.
charismatic man in the world.
I saw the what. Someone said it was a video game that pretty much described DayZ in like one thing. And this guy, he's walking around a building looking for stuff, and he heads into an upstairs room, and there's a person who appears to be naked and handcuffed on the floor.
Yeah, that's a thing.
And sitting above them is a person who is wearing a clown mask. And you know that one song from SpongeBob SquarePants, Sitting
Through
in
the
the Sunlight?
tulips.
Yeah.
Sitting in the sunlight, having really fun. Something like that.
Having a wonderful time. Yeah, that. All of a sudden, the
It was
guy's
al- it was also
microphone
in,
comes live with that.
Oh god, yeah. There was
And-
actually this guy on who was he was a bandit apparently, but he'd play like really like fucking terrifying kid songs being chanted by like really small children in the microphone while like hunting you, like actively hunting you, not like run up to you and shoot you, but like literally fucking stalking you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the most horrifying thing. And, sorry, you finish yours?
I'm gonna say, well, the guy ended up following him for like a couple in-game miles.
That's horrifying.
Just moving at a walking pace while the other guy was running, but then getting tired, so he had to stop.
Oh shit.
And just hatchet in hand. And he finally was like, go away, go away. And then the guy just logged out instantly
What?
for no reason.
Oh,
Just-
that game is funny. Like, if you actually read the reviews on Steam about it, the number one, I think, is like, yeah, a group of guys took off my pants and then handcuffed me to the radiator. So I'd rate this game a 10 out of 10. They're pretty much like all funny reviews. Like, one of them's, yeah, I forced a guy to eat a rotten banana and he died. 10 out of 10. Best game ever.
Yeah.
It's like you hold a guy at gunpoint, it's like, eat this banana. I don't want to eat the banana. And he just dies. And another guy, he screamed Leroy Jenkins and ran up to him and hit him in the face with a crowbar and then looted all of his stuff.
Best game ever.
Best game ever. Pretty much all the reviews are just like silly shit like that.
I was actually reading some of those too.
Oh,
And
it's so funny.
no, I'd give it a shot. That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be something that you and I could do too at one point.
Yeah, that would be fun. Because that would be one of those things of, alright, we need to find guns.
Because
now.
DayZ and the developers of that game are people who actually care about the game. If you've seen like how
Yeah.
fast they update it and like how good the updates are, you can really tell by that. And I actually played the mod too. The mod was all right, but the standalone with all the stuff that you can do in it, it's just updated and looks so much better.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with that one.
Yeah, the mod.
Whichever one looks better and has more
Oh
content
yeah, the
is likely to get updated.
yeah, the that's definitely the standalone. Another one I wanted to look at was Rust. That one looks. I'd much rather get DayZ first, but Rust looked pretty interesting too, in the sense that it was a post. I'm looking for a blanket home. It's a post-apocalyptic world. Nukes went off or something like that, and it pretty much sent man back into like the Stone Age.
Mm-hmm.
And you start off as a naked dude, and you have to like craft clothes so you don't freeze to death, build a campfire, build your shelters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You get wood hatches and you have to go and hunt and stuff like that, like actually
Yeah.
using a bow or hatchet or something and hunting. And it's like the only pet peeve of mine in that game is that it has zombies. And the game would be so good if it just did not have zombies.
Because not everything needs zombies.
Not everything. Like this would have been like. Have you ever seen that show? I think it was called Survivors or something. It wasn't. It wasn't not the show Survivor, but
Yeah.
it was like it was the guys who like pretty much they were sent to like a post-apocalyptic wasteland and they all had to use teamwork to survive against
I
other
think
people.
I've heard of it, yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was called. I think it was like Wasteland or Survivor or something like
Yeah.
that. But it was pretty much like if the game did not have zombies in it, it would just be like that.
That would be much more interesting.
Oh yeah, it was pretty neat. Like
Mm,
the
zombie-
Arma 2 Wasteland mod, which I still don't really have the hang of.
Yeah.
Also, the one thing I hated about DayZ in the mod was that the zombies glitched a lot and they could hit you from like 12 feet away and you could not get a single shot on them. And even if you did, it took like 12 hits.
Yeah.
and you'd end up dying a lot just because of bullshit reasons. But most of the time it was your fault. Like I fell off a water tower and broke both my legs, and then fell unconscious, and then some guy came over and just pretty much shot me in the face.
And it's like, well, that was bound to happen.
Oh yeah, and it was like my first guy too, so it wasn't really a good start. But
Yeah.
one thing I really don't like about DayZ, it's not really just DayZ, it's games like that in general. Even Nether has their people like that.